In this video, we are going to focus on the difference between a static page and a dynamic page in WordPress web development. Hi guys, welcome back. And in today's video, we are going to learn what is called a dynamic page and what is a static page, and how to know which one is a dynamic page and which one is a static page. So now, for example, I'm going to be using this blog website to show you the example of what is a static page and what is a dynamic page. Because in a blog website, you have the two of them in use. You have the static page in use and you also have the dynamic page. So I'm going to show you all that in this video, okay? So now, what is actually a static page? Now, if you go to Google and search for static page, you will see the definition they gave here on what is a static page. As it is written down here, that a static web page, sometimes called a flat page or a stationary page, is a web page that is delivered to a web browser exactly as stored, in contrast to dynamic web pages, which are generated by a web application. So, like if you go to this website, you can see that all these pages you see here are static pages. They are delivered the way they are, except if you have to change or edit any one of them, you have to go into the all pages and then use the Elementor page builder to edit and add more content to them, which after adding it, it will remain like that. It remains as you designed it. Okay, so everything you see here is static, nothing is going to change. Everything you see here. Okay, now if you come back to here on our blog website, in a blog website, some of the things are going to change. Like I mentioned earlier, that some pages in blog websites are dynamic pages, while some of the pages are also static pages. Like for example, here we are now on the homepage of this our blog website that we are using as an example. You can see that here in the homepage, and there we have these 5 best hotel rooms to lodge in Europe. Now, let's suppose, for example, I come over to destination now. I change it to Cross River. Now, you can see it says 8 best resorts to visit in Calabar, which is under Cross River. Now, if I go back to home again, then it will show me the posts that are in home. But in the destination that I just came out from, it shows me the posts that are in that destination, in that region. Now, are you going to call this page a dynamic page or a static page? Let's find out. Now, if I happen to hover my mouse up here now on the new tool, then come down and click on post. Now I'll be brought to the section where I can create a new post, which is add new post section. You know this already. So now, before I create this new post, what I want you to do, like what I did now, is that I opened our homepage in a new tab, then also open that 8 best resorts to visit in Calabar in also a new tab, making it 3 tabs now here. So now let me create a test post by calling it test post. Then maybe the content, I call it test post content, for example. Now come up here and click on publish and publish again. Now, if I go back to the home page here and refresh this page, now you can see the text post here on this page. So as you can see that this page changes, that means that this page can be regarded as a dynamic page, because a dynamic page is a page that changes whenever you perform a task on it. Like we perform this task by creating a post, and immediately we publish it, it displays here. That shows that this particular page is a dynamic page. So anytime you create a new post and publish it, it will be shown as a latest post here on the home page, which with that qualifies this home page to be called a dynamic page. Then in that same hand, if I go over to these 8 best resorts to visit in Calabar, if I refresh it, you will see that the text post that I sent here, this one now, did not display here. But if we come over here now on this post now, where we created this post from, then click on the post tab here and come down to destination. And let's say, for example, now I check mark the cross river, then come up and click on update. Then go back to that 8 best resorts to visit in Calabar here. Refresh this page now. You will see the post there. And with this also shows that this page now is also a dynamic page. And same thing with most of all these category pages and subcategory pages you have here, including the destination categories and subcategories. They are all dynamic pages. But this about page we have here is regarded as a static page because it doesn't change. The only way it can change is when you edit it, like for example, with Elementor Page Builder, the Gutenberg WordPress page builder, or with any page builder of your choice. Then that is only time you can add content to it or edit one of all the content you have on your about page. And after that, then it still remains like that. It never changes. You cannot post something that will make it to dynamically update. So it can be regarded as a static page. So most of all the websites you see, which can be a personal profile website or a corporate website, are mostly regarded as a static page. Hence, they don't have a blogging section. They are regarded as a static page. But all these blog websites you see, starting from the home to all the categories and subcategories, including all these destinations here, are regarded as dynamic pages. That the only thing you will not call a dynamic page in a blog website is the about page. And also, if you have something like contact page or terms of service or some other pages that doesn't update automatically whenever you post a blog article. And to customize a dynamic page, you have to rely on making use of the theme customization section tool, like up here, or you create a template for it. But my advice and the best way to edit or customize a dynamic page is by making use of the customization section of the theme you are using rather than creating a template for it. But if you are creating a static page, then it will be advisable to use a template for it, which will lead you to making use of a page builder. And that is where Elementor Page Builder comes in because it has to do with a lot of dragging and dropping elements onto that page to design it and structure it the way you like. And you know, a dynamic page will always update automatically. And you can only customize it by making use of the customization section of the theme you are using. So in this entire section of our blog website video tutorial, we are going to rely on making use of the customization section of the theme we are using. Then, when we are going to be creating our e-commerce and real estate websites, there we can employ the services of Elementor Page Builder. But for now, and here in this blog video tutorial, we are going to make use of the default theme customization settings. So this video is to clearly show you the difference between a dynamic page and a static page. And as you have seen the difference, and you have also known that to edit a static page, you can use any page builder of your choice, which I always point at making use of Elementor Page Builder because it's one of the best. But in a blog website, we are going to be making use of the default customization settings, which is the only way to edit a dynamic page. Because I don't want to tell you that you can create a template for it because the best way to do it is to make use of the default customization settings. That is why I only based on saying that, okay? And now we are done with the difference between a dynamic page and a static page. And with that, that brings us to the end of this video today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.